what's up? It's all work here. There's something I just wanted to talk about that I don't really, I haven't said on any of the videos in the past or anything like that. My feelings about TNA and TNA as a whole. In my opinion, TNA has some of the best professional wrestlers. And I'm not saying they're not great on the mic or anything like that, but there seems to be an issue because for some ungodly reason, TNA goes into Monday night and has worse ratings than they did on Thursday. And what is the issue? Is it Hogan? Is it Flair? Is it AJ? Take your pick, you know. I mean, like, we can't necessarily point fingers and say, oh, it's this guy's fault or this guy's fault. But you have to, at one point, go, what's the issue? Why can't TNA get a solid following? Is it that they don't travel enough? Is it that they're sitting at the studio every week doing this? You know, what part of it is affecting TNA as a whole, as a product, as the whole thing? In my opinion, I put together a list, and I looked at the list, and I was like, all right, these are the guys that make TNA what TNA is. And you know, you gotta start scratching your head because, in my opinion, and I know in a lot of other people's opinion, that these are guys that are great in the ring. You got AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Desmond Wolfe, a.k.a. Nigel McGuinness, Homicide, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, RVD, Red, Team 3D, Beer Money, and Christopher Daniels. None of those guys on that list, and with the exception of Hardy and Van Dam, who just came to the company, and you know, we don't know where they're going to go and how they're going to be used, is what is the issue? These are great workers. These are guys that have great matches. These are guys that are in high demand on the independent scene, but yet they get to TNA and they weren't shit. Is it TNA's writing staff or whatever it is? I have a theory. My theory is very simple, is you can't have writers in wrestling, especially in a company like TNA right now. You need a booker. You need somebody that knows the business in and out and can book. And no offense, but it's not fucking Jeff Jarrett. They need somebody that's going to come in and go, look, you're the face, you're the heel, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to kick it, you know, the way we did it in the fucking 80s. We're going to do what Mid-South did in the 80s. We're going to do what ECW did in the 90s. We're going to do what Ring of Honor did in the early 2000s. They need somebody to come in and do that. I don't know if they don't, you know, supposedly they pay attention to the fans. I mean, there's so many aspects of what's wrong with TNA. Like, it's mind-boggling that they're even still around, honestly. Like, I can't figure out how they're still around. And yet they have a couple, was it like 2 months ago, not even? They had this guy come out before the show started and go, well, you guys are part of the show. We need you to kind of not cuss or do this on TV. And I'm like, what? You need that. You need that fan intervention. You need the fans to get excited. You need the fans to voice their opinion, be it if it's for the positive or the negative. You need that. And right now they're not supplying it. And they're telling the fans that they can't do it because there's kids around. Granted, you know, you kind of want to watch your mouth when kids are around, but you can't go to a crowd and tell them. Especially that the fans that are chanting this shit are most likely the only fans that paid for their tickets. Because as I believe that when you go to TNA and the studio, you're actually allowed in there free. I can't figure it out, and they have so much good talent. I mean, Shelley and Sabin stole one of the pay-per-views. Why not push these guys? Why are you pushing 40-something-year-old men that are about to retire or should be retired? Why is Hogan main eventing with Flair? Why are we watching flabby-skinned old men flop around in the fucking ring? Why is that such a big issue? Why do you need to take stars past their prime? And I'm sorry, but a lot of them are past their prime. Like Nash and Sting and Flair and Hogan are well past their prime. And Foley, who I love, but you're done, dude. Get over it. You know, if you want to be a part of the business, you should be a writer. You should be the guy that these kids are looking to help them get over on the mic. Foley cut some of the best promos. You got guys like Raven who can help these guys develop in the back, but yet they don't let him because they're too concerned with letting Russo or this guy. Raven should be helping. Foley should be helping. Al Snow could even help. You got a lot of good guys there that know their shit. Hell, Tommy Dreamer is out of WWE. Why not call Dreamer in? Like, look, we don't want you on TV. What we want to offer you is a booker. We want you in as a booker. Let's. You could do so much here, and yet TNA's not doing it. And I can't figure out why. And Team 3D is another great. Now these are two veterans that maybe they're a little old, but they're not past their prime. I think they can still go. They can still have good matches. They're still big in Japan. They're still big on the independents. Why not have them come in and help instead of just being guys that the fucking Nasty Boys are beating? Come on. Why are the Nasty Boys even being mentioned nowadays? There's no reason for that. The only time the Nasty Boys should be mentioned by a fan is, oh, I'm going to a reunion show and the Nasty Boys are signing autographs. Not that, oh my god, I watched TNA and oh my god, you should have saw how fucking terrible it was to watch these fat fucks roll around. Come on, man. It's just, there's so much bullshit. And now, what's going to be the breaking point? When they lose all their money? And they're another failed product? Open your fucking eyes, TNA. Really. Realize what you're doing. You have a great product. You have TV. You have pay-per-view. You had video games. But why are you pushing a fact that people don't want to see? You might be able to con the average fan that doesn't care into watching TNA because Nash is there, or Hall might be there, or Six might be there, or X-Pac, or whatever the fuck you want to call him, Sean Waltman, or Hogan might show up. Ooh, and you'll get all these people that really don't understand why. Those are the fans you're trying to get? No, those aren't the fans that are going to keep your pockets fat. Those are the fans that you're going to give you a little boost, and it's not going to matter after they're gone. TNA, smart enough. You have the talent. Start using it properly. Because if you don't, like everybody's predicting, you guys will be done. And I know, and then a lot of TNA fans are going to sit there and go, oh, but everybody said that. And you know what? They said it about ECW too. Oh, they were too violent, they did this. But you know what? They went on and they had a great fucking run. TNA needs to smarten up. Because you know what? It might not end this year, it might not end next year, but when it does end, it's going to be fucking epic. And they'll be like, well, we told you so. And granted, you can say that about anything because eventually everything dies. But at what point do you look at TNA's roster and go, wait, this guy was headlining shows, this guy was headlining shows, this guy was a world champion, this guy was a world champion, this guy's a multi-time champion. Didn't this guy work with the WWE champion at one point? Why is he getting beat by this guy that I never heard of? And why is this old man beating up on this young guy that's jacked to the gills? Figure it out. Please feel free if anybody wants to leave comments about this. And, you know, maybe this was just my way of venting some of my anger at TNA. I'm gonna do a TNA wrap up about their first Monday night. I did one about RVD, and you know, there's two of them up. One has the audio, which was fucked up, and it was all because I had Pantera's Walk, which I thought would be pretty cool for old school ECW fans to hear the opening, and then I'll sit there and talk about Van Dam coming in. But I'm going to do another video about Monday night and what I thought and how it was, in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and once again, feel free to leave a comment. If you want to leave me a video comment, call me an asshole, go right on ahead.